Well, well, well. Hello, freak bitches. It's been a long time. Hammond, how are you doing? Man, it's been a long time since I've got on here. Feels good though. Oh man, look at the people coming in. Let's see. We got Adam is here, Southeast Texas, Isaiah Rocky Top, Randy, Van Dam wannabe. How is everybody doing? Man, it took. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody see me okay? Can I get a thumbs up on that or something? I'm low. All right. Mr. Moist. All right. People are saying perfect. I'll turn up. All right. So let me tell you what's been going on with me and why I haven't been uploading videos as much lately and why I haven't done this. It's blurry on your end. Okay. Um sounds good. Anybody else? Am I blurry to anybody else? Blurry, yeah. Okay, so I'm blurry. I do apologize about that. Um, so, give me 1 second there, fellas. Okay. Hopefully, this blurriness will clear up. So, apartment maintenance is Rich, Adam. He's been following me for a while. He's a good guy. He's got good videos too. So, right after I did the giveaway, which, if my giveaway viewers are watching, 1 second. Our lease was up at the house we were renting. How you doing, Nick? Um, and then this house was available, but it was kind of like a jump now, or somebody else is going to take this house, the one we're in now. So we jumped on it right away, and we're still renting. Um, so we get to the house and we put the deposit down and all that. We get moved in, and then come to find out, nobody did provide internet down this road. This is a long gravel road. I'd say it's probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles long, but it's not a dead end. You can get out this way or this way. So it looked like nobody was going to provide internet down here. So for the past 3 months, we've been living off of a hotspot, and it has been hell. Well, the guy that's helping me now, is the blurriness gotten better? Because I'm watching it on YouTube also. It looks like it's starting to clear up a little bit. Okay, good. All right. So the guy that rides with me and is helping me right now, and we're going to get it about how my business is doing and all that. So the guy that helps me right now, he got laid off from the oil field because of coronavirus. But before he was in the oil field, he did cable work for a living, cable, internet, and all that. And we were riding in the truck one day, just shooting a breeze, running calls, doing change outs, doing what we normally do. And we got to talking, and I brought the topic up, and I was like, man, it sucks, man. You're a cable guy, you can't even help me. I said, we can't get no damn internet down this road. And he's like, he said, really? And he's like, well, I'll take a look on the poles and stuff, when I get back out there, because he knows how to look up on the poles and see all that crap. So, Anyway, we get back that evening. He starts looking up on the poles and shit, and he's like, dude, that's internet cable right there. And I mean, we've called Cox over here. We don't have Comcast or none of that. We have Cox. We have AT&T. The only other thing we were going to be able to do was get HughesNet satellite internet, and I didn't want to do that. So Cox said definitely no, that they don't serve this area. So that was out of the question. My buddy's like, look, I'm telling you, that's damn internet cable right there on that pole. He said, let's go look around on one of the main poles, and there's probably a box. Sure enough, we find an AT&T box. And and he said, dude, that's an AT&T, that's an AT&T internet box right there. We found it probably about 100 yards that way up the road from my house. He said, dude, I'm telling you, that's AT&T internet right there. So we met about 4 houses down. We met some really great people who we absolutely, enjoy hanging out with and stuff. Their kids and our kids are friends. It just worked out. We have great neighbors. It's things have been really good. So we go to their house for the first time a while back, and I see this huge AT&T modem in her house. And I'm like, oh, wait, you have internet? And she's like, yeah, AT&T has internet out here. Although when we first moved here, we called AT&T and they said, no, we don't service that area, but they service 4 houses down. And then my buddy who used to do internet work showed me the box. So we got back on the phone with AT&T and we had to raise all kind of hell because they are the only ones that service this area. We finally got a hold of somebody and we gave them our neighbor's address, and their address pulled up as a internet customer. So they're like, oh yeah, I mean, and they said, how many houses down are y'all? I said, dude, we're female, whatever it was. I said, we're 4 houses down. Y'all have lines right here by my house. I even told them that they had a box on a pole 100 yards from my house. They said, okay, we're going to get you a technician out there. So they sent a technician out here. He comes, he knocks on the door, and he says, hey, I was sent out here to verify that we can service your internet. He said, I've already verified it. We have a box on the pole right there. And I said, I know that. I said, I've been fighting this for 3 months. AT&T's been telling me that they can't service this area. And he's like, well, when they do that, you got to call and raise hell, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, long story short, we got it done. But that is the reason why I have not been loading videos. And that's also the reason why I have not been doing these live videos or the hangouts, if you will. Believe me, I really miss all that. And I just miss shooting the shit with you guys here in the chat. So I'm happy to see you guys. Although I'm not a huge fan of AT&T internet, it's better than a damn hotspot. I mean, we're in heaven now. I mean, because look, here's the thing, man. My son has a TV. My daughter has a TV. We have a living room TV and we have a bedroom TV. So if you had all that going, there was no, it wouldn't all work on the hotspot. Like for instance, when we would come to bed, we turn the living room TV off. If my daughter's TV was on while she was going to sleep, and my son, hey, Nicholas, then my wife and I could forget about watching TV in our bedroom. It just wasn't going to happen. We're really into this show called Shameless. I'm sure a lot of you guys like that show, Shameless. I've known about the show Shameless for a long time, but never watched it. Well, we were hanging out with our neighbors a few weeks ago, I should say now. And they had Shameless on, and my wife and I just sat there. We totally got into it. So now we are totally in the Shameless. So we're on season 2. So no spoilers, please. Now, but you know what? It's not the greatest internet in the world because we do live out in the country, but it seems to be handling this live stream very well. Um, and now that we have it, we're able to play on our phones and run all 3 TVs with no issues. Look, I know there's better internet out there, but let me tell you something. Go 3 months without internet. Oh yeah, I'm sure it does, Adam. No spoilers though, because we're in the middle of season 2. Matter of fact, what's the girl's name? Is it Karen, the one that went crazy and got whore tattooed on her? She just got married. What's up, Dallas? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. So she just got married. So anything after that, no spoilers, please. So anyway, see if you guys can go months without internet on a hotspot. Let me tell you something, man. It was a long 3 months when you're used to all this technology and you don't have it anymore. You know, well, you know what, man, man, look, God bless you, brother. Thank you for your service in Iraq. I totally get that. And, thank you, God bless you and thank you for your service. But, so anyway, so there's I've been getting some text messages and all, thank you, John. Appreciate the comment. Dallas, I thank you for coming in here and watching, man. So we now have internet. I can upload videos to YouTube. I did actually upload one yesterday, I believe. Brian says my internet is breaking up. Is my internet breaking up for anybody else out there? Because I have YouTube on another monitor and I haven't seen it break up. Everything looks okay to me. Thank you, Josh Black. I appreciate that. So there will be service videos coming. I did upload one yesterday, I believe. Yeah, about my aunt. And she hit the unit. That was a lot of fun. So I have another video to upload, but it's not the best video in the world, but I'll go ahead and upload it. So there will be more service videos in the near future. And a lot of people said, hey, why didn't you just hotwire it, for the night? You know why? Because if I would have hotwired it, there's no telling when I would have made it back, because he had the cussing video where I beeped out the cussing. Yeah. So YouTube's gotten pretty strict about cussing and being able to monetize and being able to monetize your videos. So I'm going to have to start beeping out. I mean, if I say one cuss word in a video, one or two, they probably wouldn't say anything because they have let that slide. But I cussed quite a bit in that video that I uploaded at my aunt's house. So I had to beep all those out, or I probably would have got flagged on that one. Anyway, no, it's not about y'all, man. I know you guys don't care, but YouTube will demonetize my video if there's too much language in it. They've gotten really strict about it. Yeah, like Dallas said, I don't go to my aunt's house that often. My wife does, but I don't. And she lives 20 minutes that way, okay, in the country. And I live 20 minutes back this way out in the country. So I'm not I'm not gonna hotwire something. Yeah, I thought about that. I showed where I was looking for well, hey John, Mr. Moist, am I an official member of the Choir Boys? I need to know that. So I went looking for fuses in my scrap pile and I was unsuccessful. And no, I didn't have any on the truck. Normally I do, but I didn't. One guy said that you call yourself an HVAC tech and you don't have fuses on you. Yeah, you go. So Anyway, I didn't have any. I stocked up on them now. But the reason I didn't hotwire that son of a bitch is because I don't go back over there that often. I don't want to leave it like that. So I drove the 10, 15 minutes it took me to get to Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever one I went to. I think I went to Home Depot. And I went back and I popped the fuses in, and guess what? I'm done with it. I'm done. I didn't get any more footage after I did that because my aunt pulled up and she, like talk. So no more footage on that video. But I put the fuses in, plugged in the disconnect. The unit ran fine. It's still running and cooling right now. So thank God, So anyway, I got a new truck. So the last time I would talk to you guys, I don't even know if I ever did a video on the truck. The business is going well. It grows. It seems like every week I get busier and busier. So I'm very happy about that. I got a new truck. I wasn't looking for a new truck. It's like this truck just found me, and I'm going to have some explaining to do. And most of you that have been following me for a while will understand why. So I was driving a 2002. Wait, it was either a 2001. It was either a 2001 or a 2002. It was a Ford F-150. It was a extended cab, and it was a short wheelbase. It had the 6-foot bed on it, and it was doing fine. I had toolboxes on it, but I still was limited for room, and so I'm dry, and it had a V6 in it. That was my biggest thing, man. Was it had a V6? I didn't like that at all. But my dad let me borrow my grandpa's old truck, and it's in good shape and has very low miles, but it's set up so long because my grandpa had Alzheimer's. It needs a lot of work. So I needed to get a truck quick, and it found me. I found it. It was a great truck. I actually sold it to a friend of the family, to a female, and she loves it. Says it's been great. So I'm driving one day in the Ford, and I see, yeah, you guys are really gonna let me have it here in a second. So I'm driving down the road, going on my way to a service call, and I see this pickup truck. It's everything that I want. It's a 3/4 ton. It's an extended cab. It's got the 8-foot bed, long bed. I know it's got a V8 in it because it's a 3/4 ton. I didn't even have to pop the hood. There was one thing of why I almost didn't stop. It is a Chevrolet. So, and most of you know how I feel about that, and I'm a Ford guy. But I pulled over because the truck was in such good shape. So I get out, man, and I'm looking. I mean, there's no dent. There's no scratch. No gooseneck hookup. Never had a gooseneck. The seats are not even torn. I'm looking in there, and I'm like, man, this is a really, really nice truck. And I said, man, this is everything that I need. This is an 8-foot bed. This is a 3/4 ton. And I knew it had the 6.0 in it. So the guy comes walking outside, and he's an older gentleman. And I'm like, man, if that's the owner, I know this truck was taken care of. Why? Sure enough, he comes up. He's like, how you doing? And, good. I get to, we get to talking, shooting the breeze. I said, are you the owner of the truck? And he said, yes, sir. He said, I'm the only owner. And I was like, oh, man. So I said, yeah, man, this truck is really nice. I said, and this is what I'm looking for. He said, are you looking for it for a work truck? I said, yes, sir. I said, but for me, I said, I work alone. I do heating and air. You know, I need an 8.75 ton. I said, does this truck have the 6.0 in it? He said, yep, it's got the 6.0 in it. I said, yeah, man, you took care of it. And he said, yeah. I asked him what year it was. It's 2004. It's the Cat Eye Chevy. For those of you that are Chevy guys, you all know what Cat Eye Chevy means. I say, man, you mind if I take it for a drive? And he's like, not at all. Take it for a drive. He gives me the keys. I hop in it. She fires up. Of course, the first thing I do is pop the hood, pull the dipstick. I climb under the truck before he even came out. Well, I popped the hood once he opened it for me, but before he came out, I climbed underneath it. You know, I don't see any leaks. No oil leaks. No power steering leaks. The transmission's not leaking. I look at the rear main seal. I don't see anything leaking from the rear main seal. And I'm like, man, hey, shut up. Sorry. My little girl's cat just had kittens and they're like 4 weeks old and they're meow, meow. So, anyway, sorry about that. Go on. Anyway, so I crawl up under there, man. You know, I don't see anything leaking from the rear end, anything. I mean, this truck is just in immaculate condition. Yeah, the radio works. It's actually got a touchscreen radio in it with a backup camera. So I asked the old man, I'm like, okay, man, level with me. This truck is in immaculate condition. I don't see anything wrong with it. Why are you getting rid of it? His exact words, I mean, he didn't stutter. He didn't have to think about it. And I believe it. He said, because it just sits. He said, I don't drive it anymore. He said, I'm getting older. My wife and I take her SUV. They had a Chevy Tahoe, like a really nice loaded Chevy Tahoe. Or it might have even been you can email me. Hold on, let me put my email address on the screen. And that's the best way to get in touch with me is to email me. There you go. It's on the screen. Anyway, so I said, okay, man. I really don't see why we can't make a deal unless, you know, you're just asking way too much money for it. I said, I don't even know what your asking price is. I said, it is an older truck. It's 2004 and it's got it had 180,000 on it when I bought it. Look, guys, that miles like that don't scare me when a truck was taken care of like that. Him and his wife did travel. That's why he bought the long bed. They would, and it even had a bed cover on it, you know, that you could slide. And so anyway, he said he just liked the long bed truck. So I call my wife before, you know, I said, I'm losing my train of thought here. So here we go. Well, Gene, I still live in Lafayette. I just moved to a different house is all, a nicer house, a bigger house. Anyway, I said, okay, well, look, I've got to speak to my wife. I said, I can't just go and buy a pickup truck without talking to her. I said, because she'll kill me. But let's go ahead and talk price, and then I'll discuss it with my wife. And he said, well, look, I've got it listed for $5,000. I said, there's no way I'm giving you $5,000. I said, look, the truck is in immaculate condition, but it's a 2004. It's a 2004. It's got 180,000 miles on it. I said, I'm not scared of the truck. I'm not scared of it. I said, I believe I get many, many great years of service out of this truck. I said, but I'm not paying you $5,000 for that old of a truck. And he said, I totally understand. He said, honestly, I haven't had that many hits on it. He said, people come and pull up to it until they notice it's a long bed, then they drive away. He said he had so many people that would stop and outside his house, talk to him. They're like, hey, man, we apologize. We just noticed it's a long bed. We don't want a long bed. If it was a short bed, we'd deal with you. He said, so I'm having a hard time selling it. He said, but you're looking for a long bed. This truck has everything you want. I said, it does. Oh, wait. Let me turn that phantom power off on another reason. This microphone does not require phantom power. So I said, it does have everything I want, sir. I said, but it's the extended cab, king cab. I don't know what you call it. It doesn't have 4 full doors. You have to open your front doors first, then open the 2 back ones. So whatever you call that, I call that an extended cab. Anyway, I said, I'm still not giving you $5,000 for the truck. He said, okay, what do you want to pay me for the truck? And I said, I have a number in mind, but I don't want to insult you and I don't want you to get pissed off at me and walk away and able to wheel and deal. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. He said, I'm not going to do that to you. He said, give me a number. He said, if it's too low, I'll just tell you the same thing you hell no. And we'll keep discussing it. I said, okay, fair enough. I said, look, man, I said, I got $3,000 cash at the house right now. I said, I'd like to give you $3,000 for this truck. He said, and he kind of looked, and he bobbed his head a minute and he said, that's fair. He said, I'll take 3,000. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'll take 3,000. He said, that'll work. I said, take the signs off of it. Go park it under your carport or wherever it's sold. He said, well, I thought you had talked to your wife. I said, don't worry. I'll take care of my wife. Go park the truck. I'll be back in a couple hours. He said, okay, you got it. He said, so he pulled the signs off of it and he drove it to the back by his house. No, it's not a 4-wheel drive. I mean, if it had been a 4-wheel drive, that'd have been great, but it was not a showstopper for me. So I called my wife. Well, first of all, I told him, I said, look, it's going to be a couple hours because I was on my way to a service call. Keep in mind, I said, I got a service call to go on. Then I can run home and get you some money. He said, hey, dude, I trust you. He said, if you tell me you're coming back, I said, dude, I'm telling you, I am coming back to get this truck. He said, I believe you. So I called my wife. I said, baby, don't yell at me. She said, and she's like, oh shit, what did you do? I said, I just bought a truck. And of course she yelled, you did what? And I said, hold on. So long story short, I told her the same story I just told y'all, and she was okay. She said, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. I said, yeah. And she said, I know you need the 3/4 ton and you want the long bed and blah, blah, blah. She goes, but you bought a Chevrolet? And I said, I know. I said, yes, it's a Chevrolet. I said, but I said, Candace, you just don't. No, they're not rare. There's 4-wheel drives everywhere here. I said, you just don't pass up a truck like that. It doesn't matter if it was a Ford, a Chevrolet, a GMC, or a Dodge. When you find an old man that's got a truck like that in that kind of shape, and you can get it for $3,000, you just don't pass it up. So after I explained all that to her, she was okay. And she agreed that we made, that I made a good deal. And post a pic. Okay, yeah, let me see if I got a picture of it. And I can share the screen with y'all. And here's the good thing about the black Ford. Not only did I buy this truck, this Chevrolet, but I sold the black Ford for $500 more than I paid for it. So, because I did a few upgrades to the Ford. When I bought the Ford, the hood was all discolored from the sun. I had that buffed out and painted, touched up, painted. There was a couple other little knick-knack issues with the Ford that I took care of. So I was actually able to get $500 more for the damn Ford than what I actually sold it for. And then plus I bought this truck. I have done some upgrades to the Chevy as well. and it's white. John, excuse me, Mr. Moist. And that was another thing. I didn't like riding around in a black with a silver bottom pickup truck. That's what the Ford was. Kind of made me feel like a Chuck in a truck. Now that I have a white truck, I feel normal. I'm used to driving a white truck, and I'm probably going to put my logo on it. I haven't decided yet. Toyota all the way. Toyota does make a good truck. I ain't got nothing against Toyota. Okay, I'm way past the pictures. I don't know if I still have them on the computer. I know I had them on my phone. I remember texting them to people. I texted them to my dad. See, I have one picture right here, but that is that's just the front because I put new headlights on the Chevy. Man, I cannot. When did I buy that truck? I bought it in July, I think. Yeah, it's not on here. Let's see. If you guys have anything to say, I'm looking at the chat. I'm glancing at it. Oh man, I cannot believe the pictures are still. You know what? I probably deleted them off my phone. Yeah, I guarantee you they got deleted. Well, I could show you all the front end of it. That's about it. Let me try something else real quick. But yes, I am a Ford guy, but this is my second Chevrolet that I've owned. And honestly, I really do like it. It really is a good truck. It's a huge difference when you go from a V8, which I've always owned a V8. That was the first V6 I ever had. So it was, a little weird for me, but when you're starting over, you do what you got to do. And that's exactly what I did. Did I change my damn email address on here? Nah, I can't get into it right now. God dog it. I know I had texted the pictures. Let me see if they're in my text messages on here. Let me go back. Oh, this is old. This is old. 1 second, guys. I remember when I bought the truck, my dad was like, text me some pictures. Let me look in our conversation and see if they're still there. And if they are, then I can, nope, not there. Damn, that sucks. Oh, don't worry, she won't. Well, I can at least show y'all the front end of it. This was right after I put new headlights on it because the headlights were all discolored and shit. So there it is. It's the front of it with brake lights. Then that's the only picture I have of it right now, unfortunately. But that is her. So 2 things I've had to do to her. Actually, 1 thing. No, I don't like vans. I like working on a pickup truck. So I was driving home from a service call, and when you're in a new truck, you got to get used to everything. I'm so used to Ford. I know temperatures. I know where Ford temperature is supposed to be and all that. And just when you buy a used truck, you're always kind of lenient. Does this thing have issues or whatever? So I'm constantly watching my oil pressure, watching my temperature of the radiator and all that. And this is 2 weeks in. And I kind of start falling out of that habit once I get used to the truck. But one night I was coming home late from a service call. So I was just driving, listening to my music, and I wasn't far from the house, thank God. I was maybe a couple miles from the house. And something told me just to look down. Y'all know how that goes when something clicks, and you just do it. Something clicked and said, check the temperature on the truck. I looked down. Now, my truck's not running hot, like, pegged out, to 200 degrees or whatever, 180, whatever it is in the Chevrolet. But it is running much warmer than what it normally does, because I know where that temperature gauge is supposed to be. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I'll have to check this out. And I'm here thinking to myself, that's what you get for buying a fucking Chevrolet, So I whip into the driveway. Now, well, as I'm no, that's not it, Rich, but I thought the same thing, brother. I thought the same thing. Getting to it. I'm a couple miles away from the house, and I'm like, thank God I'm this close. So I'm just, now I'm, I've done turned the radio down. Y'all know how that shit goes. I've done turned the fucking radio down, and I'm just concentrating on that temperature in the road temperature. And it's creeping slow. Like every 20 seconds or so, it creeps a little bit more towards that all the way hot. And I'm just trying to hurry up and get home. So I whip in the driveway, put it in park. I kill her. I kill the engine. Boom. I open my door and I can hear, and I'm like, what the hell? So I pop the hood, and the radiator, the tanks on the side, there was a pinhole, and you could just see it misting the antifreeze and the water out. And I was like, son of a bitch. And I said, well, at least that's all it is, and I can do this shit myself. So I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, man, I really don't feel like fucking with that radiator. So I Google a couple radiator shops here close to the house, and I called two of them, and I was like, hey, got a 04 Chevy Silverado 2500, radiator's leaking. It's got a pinhole in it. I said, I need a new radiator. How much? They're like, one guy's like, you looking about between $700 and $720. And I was like, fuck. I was like, oh, okay, thanks, man. So I hung up the phone, and I called there was another one here where I live at now. I live on north of Lafayette now in a little town called Carencro, which is literally 5 minutes from Lafayette. So I called this other one close, and tell him the same thing. Hey, man, got a 04 blah 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, so a new radiator, it's gonna be about $650. And I'm like, God damn. Bam, I hung up the phone, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I said, I'll do it myself. I didn't want to, but so I went down to O'Reilly. There's an O'Reilly about 3 miles up the road from here. I bought the radiator for $170-something with a lifetime warranty, and it took me about 2 hours to get the job done. So I did it myself, and she's good to go. I've had no other issues with the truck, none whatsoever. Nothing. I've already done the oil. I took the oil out and put full synthetic blend, not synthetic blend. I put high mileage, full synthetic Castrol. So I'm running a really good oil in the truck, and yeah, I'm happy with it. So that's what's been going on with me, guys. Business is good. I'm getting busier every day. I have a change out to do tomorrow. I have a Goodman compressor that's under warranty that's dead. Yeah, there's my buddy David. Hey, guys, David Crockett there with the orange thumbnail. He's a friend of mine. He lives here in the Lafayette area. Great dude. David helped me out not long ago. I had a train that was missing 2 panels. It was missing the electrical cover, and it was also missing the side cover where you take the 2 screws off and If it's a heat pump, that's where your reversing valve would be and all that. So David actually had a train in his scrap pile that was identical to the one I had, and he gave me the covers. Some of you might say, ooh, big deal. But you know what? It was a big deal to me because it got me out of a bind. And I called the train store, and I could have ordered these pieces, for several $100s for train's price. But David was nice enough to give them to me. And I was not available to meet him. So he actually met up with my wife because my wife was in town. And, that's what we do. We help each other. So thank you, David. But, yeah, so yeah, I have the Measure Quick app. I use it now and again. I enjoy it. Yeah, I thought I was going to get saved by the scrap pile in that video, but it just didn't happen. They most certainly do, David. They most certainly do. So, excuse me. So, guys, look, I got my desk set up again. Oh, and that was another thing, too. So, after we got the internet back on, when we got moved by a moving company because there was no way that I had time to do it. I mean, I'm too busy right now. So we packed up everything, and they moved. My wife took care of all that while I was at work. I literally woke up from the old house, went to work, did a change out that day, and came home to the new house. She was like, hey, the old house is empty. And we're at the new one, and we're already unpacking. They got all the furniture in here, blah, 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 bed set up. I was like, awesome. So, anyway, the point I was trying to make was my mixer audio interface, this thingamajigger right here, got lost in the move. So I just bought that today. And this boom arm, whatever you call it, that holds my microphone, it got lost in the move. Thank God my microphone didn't get lost in the move, but so I bought a new mixer today. I bought a new boom arm. I still got my monitor and my laptop. I'm looking at y'all on this gigantic freaking monitor a customer gave me. And then right here, if I'm looking right here, I'm looking at my laptop, which is how this is being broadcasted. So, okay, so I'm going to talk about this, and I'm probably going to shut it down for the night. So I see a thing in here that says, John, are you ready for football? Believe it or not, guys, as much as I love football, I will not be watching football this year. Because, look, guys, I know this is a hairy subject, but those of you that have been following me know that I love our president, and I'm a huge supporter of Donald Trump. I'm not testing. But Drew Brees came out, gave a speech saying, I will never kneel down for the flag, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Then the same day, he recants because some of the other players got pissed off at him. That pissed me off. That and the fact that, they're wearing this Jacob Blade's name on their helmet. This guy is a racist and a pedophile. Look, man, I'm not racist, but this Black Lives Matter stuff, the Antifa, whatever they're called, it's out of hand. I've had enough of it, man. I really have. I dealt with it last year. And I'm just, there is no college football. The Big Ten's done shut down. The Big 12, I don't know if there's going to be college ball. Like Sean said, which is Wild West. It's a bunch of bullshit. I have family. One of my biggest regrets, most of you know this, I always wanted to be a Marine. When I was 18 years old, I wasn't as big as I am now. I was slim enough to be a Marine. I mean, The recruiter told me I would have needed to lose about 20 pounds. I could have done that no problem then. And I was going to the Marine Corps. It just didn't work out. I was dating my wife at the time, and it just she didn't want it, but I regret it. It's one of my biggest life because I'd be out right now, done. I mean, not retired, but I'd be out, if I would have chose to get out. So I'm a huge supporter of our military. I have family that was military. I have friends that were in the military. And I have friends that are police officers. I support the police. I mean, we have to have our police. Now, do I think there's bad police out there? Damn right. But there's also a lot of good ones out there too. So not all cops are bad. It's and we need our police. So I really I don't know if I'm going to watch football. I don't know. My wife thinks I will. She says, I know how, and cause she knows how I am. She goes, really, are you just really, really going to be able to resist? And and I think about it right now. It's like, oh my God, I do want to fucking launch it. But then again, man, yeah, David. Yeah, it's one of my biggest regrets, man. I wish I would have did it. I wanted to be a Marine. But I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be too political. This is Drew Brees' last year. I was really looking forward to him possibly getting a Super Bowl, but I don't know if I want to have anything to do with it. I really don't. Not that I've ever been a huge basketball fan, but LeBron James, that dude is a piece of shit, man. I mean, his stuff is just, the way he has talked about people. That dude's a piece of shit, man. God, I mean, what a piece of shit. Freaking LeBron James, man. I mean, I never really did respect or like LeBron that much, but now that dude is a freak nutcase, man. I don't think Kobe Bryant would have ever acted like that. I really don't think Kobe would have ever acted that way. So, hey, Kelly, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, man, look, let me tell you something. There ain't nobody better than Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant was a hell of a ball player, too. I don't think Kobe Bryant would have acted the way that LeBron is acting. I don't buy Nike products because of LeBron and Colin Kaepernick. Not that I wear tennis shoes that often anyway. Most of look, my shoe attire is very simple. You all know that I have my Crocs, okay? I've been made fun for that, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I love my Crocs. I have my Crocs, and I have a pair of, are they right here? No. We call them slides. It's the thing you slide your foot in, and it's got the band over it that holds your foot. That's what we call them. Those are made by Under Armour. And then I have my boots, which are what I'm either wearing Justin or Ariat. I only wear those two. I either wear Justin or Ariat. I don't know which ones I'm wearing right now. Oh, and then I have my my little, I call them my little work shoes because they are made to work in. They're a little slip on. They have laces on them, but you don't have to unlace them. You just slip them on, and they're made by Twisted X. They're Western type shoes, and I wear those to work. But my tennis shoes are made by Under Armour, and my slides are made by Under Armour. And then, of course, my boots are either Justin or Ariat. So I don't buy Nike products because of Colin Kaepernick and LeBron James. Don't buy Nike products for my kids, and my wife doesn't buy Nike products. We don't buy Nike products in this house. My kids will either have Adidas, Under Armour, Skechers, whatever that shit is. My wife either Adidas, Under Armour, Skechers. We do not support Nike in this house. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. LeBron James has got these damn kids making these shoes, over in China. And then, you got Nike having Colin Capper dickhead. I forgot about Reebok. As the spokesperson for Nike. Nah, I'm done. So, I have a pretty strong political opinion. I don't like to share it through YouTube or with customers and stuff. Definitely not with customers. Unless they bring up Trump first, then I'm good. But you don't want to go out there hammering, talking about Trump and your customer's a Democrat. And, that could actually cost you a job. A lot of people say, no, it won't, but yeah, it will. So I don't talk politics with customers. Customer brings it up first, and it's Trump, good Trump related. Now they start talking about Democrat stuff. I just kind of, oh yeah, and I just kind of laughed it off and try to move on to another topic. But you don't really have that problem down here in Louisiana. Most everybody is pro-Trump. I have 2 Trump flags in my yard and a Trump flag hanging off my house. So, anyway, so I don't speak politics with customers and YouTube and all that. But yeah, I think that should cover everything. I've been on here for almost an hour, and I hope that covers everything. I'll try to get some video on the for you guys. A lot of you guys seem interested in that. I wish my boy Ted Cook would have popped in here. Yeah, it is, Rich. But you don't want to mix politics with your customers. That could really, really cause some bad blood. So, I've had enough of this coronavirus bullshit. I really think it's a. Oh yeah, absolutely, David. I mean, I have customers that are like I can guarantee you. I went. Was that yesterday? Yes, the lady's house I went to today to set a condenser. I know she's a liberal. I know she's a Democrat. I could tell. And she probably knew that I was a Trump guy. You know how you can talk to somebody and tell, okay, yeah, they're a Democrat, and you could talk to somebody like me and be like, oh yeah, that dude's a fucking Republican. He supports Trump. I think we both knew that about each other. I knew that she was for Biden and she was a Democrat, and I think she knew that I was for Trump. But she still liked me, and I still liked her. We just kept politics out of it. I have liberal customers, I have Democrat customers, liberal, Democrat, whatever you want to call them. You keep the politics out of it, and everything's fine. You start talking politics, it'll ruin a relationship. So, it is what it is. I keep it out. But anyway, I think I covered everything. I do plan to be on here more often. I want to try to bring, start doing hangouts again. Guys, I can't do hangouts every Saturday night. I do have a wife and a family. But I can do at least one a month. I can definitely squeeze it, maybe even 2. Maybe I can do them bi-weekly. So I can do, I can't do one this Saturday night because we're going to be kid free. The kids are going to grandma's this weekend. So, there won't be one this weekend, but maybe next weekend. I mean, I cannot do one every Saturday night. My wife will murder me. So, but I can squeeze them in bi-weekly or once a month. I mean, what would you guys prefer? And when I say hangout, I'm not talking about just me on here by myself. I'm talking about bringing people in here with me. I mean, would you guys like to do it one a month or every other week or, every 2 weeks? So do one, skip a week, do another one, skip a week. What do you guys think? Yeah, Rich, I still haven't got my merch together, man. I've had, dude, I'm so busy with work right now. I'm going to have to wait till the slow season kicks in. Then I'll start working on that. Yeah, me too, Kelly. That's why I want to bring that stuff back, man, so we can all get on here on chat. Somebody needs to. No, I'm not doing them on Mondays. It's got to be Saturday nights. All right, you know what we're gonna do? You need a hat. let's do every other week. So we'll start them not this Saturday. So that's the this Saturday would be the 12th. We're not going to do one then. Let's start them on the 19th. That's 2 days before my birthday. No, 1 day before my birthday. I'm an idiot. My birthday is that Sunday on the 20th. So let's start them on September the 19th, Saturday night. We'll do a hangout and then we'll skip the next week and then do it the week after that. So we'll do them every other week. I like the sound of that. All right, guys, I've been on here for just about an hour. That's usually what I limit this to. What time? Good question, EPA. Let's say most of you guys are an hour ahead of me. Shop Talk might start up on Saturday nights again. I thought he used to be on Sunday nights, Adam. I know Adam wants to do these hangouts. And then Adam and them do theirs on Friday, so we're good. We're not interrupting them. Yeah, I was thinking 8 p.m. my time. I'm Central Standard Time. So let's do 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. That'd be 9 o'clock for all you other guys that are up there. Yeah, Saturday Night Live, man. 8 p.m. Central. Yes, 8 p.m. Central. So we're not going to affect HVAC overtime because they're on Friday nights, so that'll be fine. As far as Zach goes, Shop Talk, I really don't give a shit. If he, very true, Adam. Shop Talk rotates so much you cannot keep up with their schedule. From what I understood a while back, Zach was done with YouTube on Shop Talk, and now he's back and doing Skilled Trade Up and all this other. I mean, so you never know what he's doing from 1 minute to the next. I am not going to worry about him. Every other Saturday night, starting on the 19th of September, we will do a hangout every other Saturday night, every other week. If you guys could do me a favor before you leave and hit and smash that thumbs up button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. If you are subscribed, tell your friends that are in the HVAC business about this channel. Have them subscribe as well. And Adam, I know you'll be there. I look forward to it, buddy. Thank you guys for chatting with me in the live chat tonight. It is so good to be back. This has been a lot of fun for me tonight. Sitting in here talking to you guys, I've really missed it. I'm just glad everything worked out. So we will see you guys not this Saturday night. Yeah, Shop Talk comes and goes every other week. It's always something. So Dallas, I've known you for a long time, Dallas. You're probably the guy that I've known on here the longest. From back in the day when it was hey, thanks, Adam. You didn't have to do that, dude, but I appreciate it. I've known you since it was back when it was me, you, Fritz, Ralph, and Zach. We were the 5 or 6 of us, whoever it was, and then Nick. So I really appreciate you being here, Dallas, and not picking sides and being cool. Really appreciate that. Love for you to join the hangout too, Dallas. All right, guys. I'll see you guys not this coming Saturday, but next for a hangout. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for always being loyal, always watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. It means the world to me. I'm coming up on 32,000 subscribers, and it's all because of guys like you. So until the hangout, be out there, go make some money, and God bless, and we'll see you guys on the next one.